Hi guys, and welcome to another Watch Geek video and another unboxing. Today we're unboxing yet another Revolo and yet another Hexmariner. If you follow my channel, you know I featured this model a couple of times on my channel, and I actually kept one in the collection. It's still with me because I love the colors, it matches my logo, and I love the watch in general. So this is now the third variant because this was the second generation, this is the third generation. So let's open it and see what's what. Now when it comes to the watch itself, it's pretty much the same. Not the same, but almost the same. So let's remove the packaging that has also been changed. Again, just like with the V2, this comes in both 42 and 39. If you have a smaller wrist like mine, I have this is a 39, and on my 6.5-inch wrist, as you can see, it's pretty much perfect. Again, with this introduction of this model, they again offer a various amount of dials, like incredible amount of dials, including those with the honeycomb or hexagon mosaic, and this one is forged carbon, and as you can see, the carbon is used for both the dial and the bezel. The design has stayed the same, so hexagons, that's why Hexmariner is the main theme of the watch. So it's 39 millimeters in diameter, just under, I believe, 45 lug to lug if you go for this 39 millimeter version, and both the 39 and 42 are 13 millimeters thick, and I'll have the measurements in the corner of the screen to confirm that, because that would mean that they shaved off almost a millimeter, because mine is 13.9. Although they don't say any kind of improvements in thickness, the specs suggest this is like almost a millimeter thinner than my watch. But the biggest difference and the biggest change for the V3 is this, as they call it, Flat Jubilee, but I like to call it Angular Jubilee. And this thing is spectacular. As you can see, it has a mix of finishes, so this is much blingier than this. This is their standard bracelet, and I do love it. It's very comfortable, it matches the design of the watch, and is equipped with everything you would expect from a modern microbrand, including solid end links, solid links held with screws, and the machined clasp with on-the-fly adjustment. It's an old style like Zelos used to have before in their first models. Very cool, I cannot fault it, and it even comes with quick release pins, so very, very cool. But this, and it's all brushed, so this is kind of a, let's say, a more toolish bracelet that goes well with the watch, because the watch is completely brushed with only this bevel on the side. This one, however, although it shares the same case, so again it's brushed on the top, on the sides, and you have this polished bevel, but then to add to the blinginess, you get this polished center section, and it really makes the watch stand out, and it makes it catch the eyes. The clasp, again, it's the same construction, so you have quick release pins, you have a solid end links, solid links held with screws, and again a machined clasp. However, they did improve on the on-the-fly adjustment. As you can see, you now have a push button to adjust it, unlike that one where you have to like put your nail and just kind of pull it to activate it. This is much simpler, but again, they're like one generation behind Zelos, because if you follow my channel, you know a couple of weeks ago I had that Zelos in for review, and they switched to the outer button where the logo, you press the logo and you can adjust the bracelet, which means that you can do it without taking off the watch. So I do expect Revolo to follow suit, and with the next generation they're probably going to incorporate that as well. I think they should. On this one, you can actually see the movement, because as you can see, it's a clear case back. On mine, it's also a clear case back, but it has this hexagon mesh done in gold, so it kind of hides the movement. Very cool. Like I said, both are pretty much the same, but the bracelet on this one is a showstopper. So if you want something slightly blingier, something that attracts attention, this is definitely the watch to go, compared to mine, which is kind of subdued because of this. However, this one does have a contrast, because this has, as you can see, a shiny ceramic bezel, and this one is forged carbon, so it's kind of matte in color, and it's even weird when you touch it. It almost feels like plastic. Very cool. So let's try the bezel. We're gonna do a Lume shot. We'll put it on my wrist, although you've seen how it looks when it's sized. This is not sized, and that's gonna be it for this unboxing and first impressions, but do stay tuned for the full review when I do the macro shots and everything. But being Revolo, it's probably very, very good. Screwing crown, 200 meters of water resistance, Seiko NH35, which is surprising. I kind of expected being thinner than this by a millimeter. I thought they switched to a different movement, but no, it's still Seiko NH35. So I can only imagine what they could do if they made like a more upscale version of the Hexmariner with, let's say, Miyota 9039, maybe drop it to 11, 11.5. That would be pretty much perfect. And sapphire crystal, naturally, as you would expect. So let's try the bezel, because on mine, the bezel is very good, but it's kind of too smooth and too easy to turn for my taste. It's not gonna move accidentally, but sometimes it might. I just don't like, I like my bezels to be slightly tighter. This is slightly looser than my Submariner, which is already very smooth and very easy to turn. Okay, so this one, let's try this one. Okay, this is now a different story. This is much tighter than mine, and I actually prefer this. Someone who uses their bezels every day is probably going to prefer this one, but this, in my opinion, is how you should do a bezel. So this is definitely an improvement over this one. It's much tighter to turn, but not impossible to turn. So this one is most definitely not going to be moved accidentally no matter what you do with it, while this one actually might. I mean, I haven't had it do it to me. Like, it did it maybe once when I was in like long sleeves, and then the sleeves would catch it, but it's not as easy as some of the other brands where I review a watch and it's simply horrible. Like, you can turn it with one finger just by like sliding like this. This is slightly better, but this is much better. So if you were ever on a fence to get like the Hexmariner, my advice is go for this V3, if nothing else than just for the bracelet. It would be cool if they could offer both of these as an option, because this, like I said, is much more toolish, and this is going to handle scratches much better. On this polished one, you're probably going to be able to notice scratches, especially since it's a Flat Jubilee, but I really, really like this bracelet, and I like the watch. I always liked this the Hexmariner, and the funny thing is that, well, actually, it was actually one of you who made me realize there is this watch, that it exists. I didn't know it exists, but one of you commented on my, I believe, Borderie video or something like that. So I checked out Revolo and Hexmariner and got the first review, the second review. Then when I got this one, I decided to keep it, and I'm really, really happy with this watch. Anyways, that's it when it comes to this. Oh yeah, we didn't do the lume shot, so let's charge the watch, do a lume shot, and wrist thingy. But as you can see, this is not sized, but you were able to see by that yellow one, it's pretty much perfect. Another thing I just noticed is that the lug to lug, the total lug to lug of the watch is slightly shorter than on mine, because of being a Jubilee. As you can see, it goes straight down, while mine has those traditional male end links, so it is a fraction of a millimeter, maybe a millimeter longer lug to lug. So this is going to wear even better on a small wrist like mine. So let's charge it and see the lume. Okay, so with both of these charged, let's get the camera to focus, and since we have both of them, we're gonna test the lume on both. This is a full lume watch, so let me just turn off the lights, and as you can see, they're pretty amazing. Let's remove mine. This lume is very, very good. I mean, this is a full lume watch, so of course it's gonna glow slightly stronger, but if you look at the markers and hands, this one, the new one, is actually slightly better. Very cool. Both are very easy to read. This one is actually more readable with the full lume watch, because you have a lume to dial. The markers and hands do not stand out as much as they do on a black dial like this one. So I actually prefer this one, but I'm a sucker for yellow, especially yellow and black, so I still prefer mine. Anyways, that's it when it comes to this unboxing and first impressions. Like I said, do stay tuned for the full review, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.